Good afternoon and welcome to the Trading Talk Uncensored live Q&A session. My name is Danny and I'll give you the webinar today. Before we will begin, as always, I just want us to go through a quick sound check to make sure that the sound is in the proper level and obviously that everybody can see the chart. So please also check it on my end. Please guys, use the question section to comment that the sound is okay so I can proceed, knowing that everybody can hear me properly. Okay, thank you, John. Very well. Okay, all right. So like I said, this is a live Q&A, which means that you can ask me whatever you want along the webinar, regardless the topic that I'm teaching. We're gonna open here the webinar with a lovely presentation that will assist us understanding the structure of this webinar. So to begin with, we're gonna have nice previous questions that are common questions among other webinars and these previous webinars and so on. This is how it looks like. We're going to review that in a moment. Later on, we'll have the dynamic questions, which are, like I said, questions that you guys can ask. Okay, and on the third part, it will be more informative, showing you here, sending you the links here over the chat, okay, to save you the trouble to look for certain things on our website. In here, this is analysis that we might, if we're not going to cover analysis through the questions, I already see some questions about analysis, so we have this nice layer to work with. Okay, now, great, thank you very much. Now we're gonna, like I said, one more thing. Any capital markets and trading information disclosed in this webinar is provided for informative purposes only. It should not be constructed or applied as an investment advice, recommendation, or a suggestion. Now, what I was about to say is this whole webinar is recorded. Okay, we're gonna review it on the web trader. This is what this platform is called. There's no need to download or install anything. Okay, so just before we carry on, I want to make sure that everything is recorded as it's supposed to be, and then we will begin. So I'll be right back. Okay, everything seems exactly as it's supposed to be, and we are going to hit the road. Like I said, I'm Danny. This is the live Q&A webinar. Feel free, guys, to take advantage of this webinar to ask the questions that you want, to see their answers on the screen. Okay. All right, so we will, like I said, begin with the previous questions. Let's just review them one by one. So the first question is, what is the best way to pick a signal? Well, that's an interesting question. Can someone trade for me? Okay, okay, we actually have a very interesting solution for that, even though nobody's trading for anyone, but it could be a wonderful solution, a huge time saver. You can actually follow somebody or copy somebody, and it happens by itself. Okay, so it's not really somebody trading for you, but okay, we'll go through that. Can I change the leverage on my account? Okay. Okay, we'll go through that. It's not really common, but it's possible, and it depends on the on certain things. How to apply fundamental analysis to the trade. Okay. Okay. What is the difference between working with a smaller or a bigger account? Okay, some questions that we have today. It's very interesting. Let's begin with this. Okay, with the signals. Where is, I should have here. This question from Sergio, thank you. I think that it's not available yet, but it should be. I don't want to make any promises. Okay, so this is why I'm gonna put my answer is not yet. Okay, but you can get updated through your account manager. Again, you can try. I am aware that there is an expanding for AvaSocial, but again, I think that currently it doesn't work with Germany. Okay, but again, I might be wrong. I'm not from that section. You can check it with your account manager, and you can also try and download the app and then see if it works or not. Okay, now the first question is, what's the best way? Oh, I was about to bring a notepad. Okay. I'm just gonna take this question and paste it down here. So I'm supposed to, so everybody else can see the question, and the answer is not yet. Okay, but I guess that we are working on it. Again, I don't want to make any promises. Okay. Now, what is the best way to pick a signal? So first, let's begin with what the signal is, and then we'll understand what's the best way and how we can categorize them. How we can prioritize them. So we're gonna go back to the default interface by clicking here on the AvaTrade Trade with Confidence. So I'm just gonna click it. Okay, and it brings me back to the default screen. Might look like this, or with this folded down. And then we have those blue lightning icon you see up here all the way down. Okay, those are the signals icon. So that means if I'm gonna click it, it's gonna open me a nice sidebar with all kind of things, levels that are called support and resistance that are predetermined on the chart. And this is what the signal is based upon, provided by the Trading Central. Sorry. And then there are certain things which today I'm going to show you how to prioritize a signal. It's not going to help you determine if this signal is good or not. Okay, there is no way to determine if this signal is good or not, only after it will prove itself. But there is a way to identify certain differences between signals. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's just go to the signal section itself. Okay, if you're doing it from here, let me just show you the difference. If I'm doing it from here, so it's showing me when it was produced, what level it was produced, only down here. But if I'm doing it from the the signal section itself, it's showing me here already the price that it was based upon, when it was produced, and what can be my potential take profit and stop loss. Okay, everything here is automatic. I just have to pick. Let me just show you. Okay, so I'm going to click here on copper, and then all I have to do is just to choose my buy or sell scenario. Obviously, there is more into that, which I'm going to show you now, and then everything is ready for me. Okay, it's showing me possible profit 81, possible loss 120. So this is a great example for me, okay, to see my possibilities. So if I go ahead with copper as an example, it's showing me that on my sell scenario, this is my ratio, this is my risk, this is my reward. Maybe I don't like it. Maybe the sell scenario doesn't seem as bright. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna click here on the view signal and go with the buy. Okay, again, I might be wrong. It's not that if I switch between sell or buy, it makes the signal succeed or not. Okay, I can still be wrong. From the look of the chart, let me also sharpen another aspect, choosing a signal. So when you have it initially, you see there is the chart. The chart is daily chart. That means that each candle here is a daily candle, right? Now, what we're looking at is minutes. That means that this picture doesn't even show me the candles that I need. I'm gonna have to change it to days, and then I have a much clearer picture. Oh, it seems like maybe we've done it yesterday, right? Could be that we've done it yesterday. So if this is indeed a buy scenario, and I'm gonna go with a buy, just as an example, this just shows me my possibilities. It doesn't show me if it's gonna get there or not. It shows me if it gets to 39. Just a second. This was here, and this was here, a little bit higher, right? Okay. 360, and the upper resistance was, I think, let's go back to see it again. Now this comparison that I'm doing now is not mandatory. It's just to show you, to expose you, to know that you have the ability, before you even take the position, to know what to expect. This is a great tool to measure your risk money management and to know your potential profit. So for instance, I'm looking at this buy scenario. It seems fine. It seems logic to me. I'm going to go with a buy scenario. I see that if I take the signal as it is, and it gets to 3.9360, I can generate 133. So let's suppose that I want to make, let's say $1,000. Okay, so if I want to make $1,000 with the signal, okay, with copper, and I'm gonna increase, let's suppose that I increase from 0.25 to 0.75. Okay, for some reason it didn't change. Let's see. Oh, it moved accordingly. It moved accordingly, so we're gonna have to adjust it. Okay, and we're gonna increase that to 1.5. Okay, we're getting closer. See, we're already at 800, so I have to keep increasing my lot size, but I have the ability to adjust it. Okay, if I've done it with a calculator, most likely I would get the precise number. Okay, even in here, we're a little higher than 1,000. It's 2 lots. It's showing us that I can make $1,000. Of course, this is very far away from what we had in the beginning, but it's just to show you that you have the ability to maneuver with the signals and to determine your profit and loss. Okay, I also want to show you one more thing. I want to speak about the signal production time. So as I said, each signal has the beginning of the signal, the price that it was based upon. I want to find something. You see this Dow Jones is an example. Let's open Dow Jones. You see, but the problem is that the market has already reached a key level. Now, what exactly does that mean? It means that when it started, let's see, 38,083, that was a little higher than that. Now, if it doesn't let me land it exactly on the point that I want, oh, now maybe it's scared, so it let me know. You see, it doesn't let me land it on the exact number. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna place it anywhere that I want, and I'm gonna click it, and then I'm simply gonna modify it by myself. 38083. But Danny, where did you get that number from? I got it from here, guys. This is originally the price that this signal was based upon. Okay, and it seems like it already passed, I don't know if you can see it, but it already passed a certain critical level, which makes the signal much less efficient, and this is why it doesn't appear anymore. See, if I go here, no stop loss and take profit, right? And what I showed you in the beginning is the signal there is a take profit and stop loss embedded in the signal that can be activated automatically. Okay, now I have to make sure that the levels are still available and it hasn't passed a certain point. Otherwise, I won't be surprised if I'm not gonna enjoy the signal, right? It's not really, again, it doesn't determine if you're right or wrong, the steps that I'm showing you now, but it's a tool to understand if the signal is still viable. Maybe not if it's as viable and it was when it was just produced, or a few hours ago. Obviously, if somebody analyzed something few hours ago, the market keep on moving, right? It's not gonna stay the same. So I have to see if it's worth for me or not. Okay, so there are certain things. Where was the question? Right, so could be production time, levels, entry level versus expected level. Yeah, and other than that, there is no really, let's say, maybe risk reward ratio. Based on take profit and stop loss, right? So this is really, really simple once you understand the logic behind what I've been showing you now. Okay, it's not complicated at all. I'm just gonna paste it somewhere here. I think it could be good. Yeah, it seems fine. Okay. I think we should carry on because I don't want the whole webinar to be for that question. So I think it might be fine. Any questions, guys? Oh, I forgot to ask. This is a live Q&A webinar. Any questions about what I've explained? Anything at all? Feel free. That's what I'm here for. Any questions, guys? No, Mahmoud, there is no additional cost. Mahmoud, you're asking if there is additional cost to you to use the signals, and no, currently this is free content, so you can just enjoy it as much as you want. Okay, so we're gonna carry on with the following questions. So can somebody trade for me? Maybe can somebody trade on my behalf? But okay, fine. Let's get it as it is, and now we're gonna put down a solution. So we have certain solutions. We have DupliTrade. That's one of the solutions. Not all the accounts can use it, but some accounts can use it, which is great. And they are strategy providers. Okay, automatic trading. And we also have AvaSocial. AvaSocial is it's a bit different, following traders. So it's divided to two kinds. We have follow and we have copy. Okay, the way that this works. So first, I'll explain about this, and then I'll explain about DupliTrade. Okay, so follow equals I want to put it in a way that makes sense, and not just to explain it on a nutshell. But I wonder how much time we have for that. Okay, maybe I'll give a basic explanation and then we'll carry on. Sergio, is there a relation between the spread and the leverage? Lower leverage plus higher. No, there is no. This is an excellent question coming from Sergio. So thank you. This might be very, very good. I'm just going to paste it down here. Wonderful question. Okay, perfect. Here's another question coming from Philip on Ava options. How can I find the market when the market is open to trade? Well, usually there is like a tiny clock that is showing you your availability. Wish that I could show you that on the platform that I have, but for that I'll have to log into Ava options as well. Okay, so as I was about to write down, so receive notifications or emails, let's call them messages, right? Receive positions, receive the trader's position and decide if to let's just keep it as it is. Okay, this is for us to decide if I'm following somebody. I'm just going to receive the trader's positions and choose if to execute or not. And in here, it's going to just do it automatically. Okay, so in here, I'm going to receive the trader's position and choose if I want to do it or not. That means that if my trader has bought gold, okay, one lot of gold, and it's buying it now. Let's open gold. Okay, so I would receive a message telling me, let's say one lot. Okay, so I'm going to receive a message with what my trader has done, and I can choose, okay, this is, I don't want to call it that it's similar to the signals, because it's not, but it's for me, it's entirely completed. I'm going to receive the position that is taken, and I can decide if to do it as well or not. When I'm when I'm copying somebody, the decision is made automatically. Okay, I'm also going to get the information so I can keep track and run through my sheets if I want to make my own strategy upon that, or just to keep my notes and maybe review it later on. I'm still going to get the positions, but it will happen by itself. Okay, that's the difference. So in here, receive the trader's position and choose if to execute or not. So in here, execute. So sorry, receive the positions. Okay, and execution. Execution will be done automatically. Okay, that's the difference. Something here is missing. Okay. Right, now about DupliTrade, which is a bit different. They are strategy providers. So strategy providers, that means that I have full review lists of strategies, and I can choose whoever I want to follow. This is very, very similar to copying somebody with AvaSocial, but it's a bit different because on DupliTrade, I can also get the sheets and see past experience and see how long it took this trader to fine tuning his strategy and to keep track on that as well. Okay, and I can maneuver in between. I can also maneuver between traders on AvaSocial. Okay, there is a certain thing I have to agree to when linking my account to somebody else's account. Both are amazing options, could be a huge time saver, right? Okay, so we're gonna paste it down. Oh, the answer for that is unfortunately no. Okay, we're not trading for clients, but the solutions that I showed you are, I think they suffice. I think there is no easier than that, right? You follow somebody, you don't even have to make any effort. Of course, again, everybody can use this information the way that they want. Some people, trader's position, okay. Okay, some people just want to activate the system, and then so it will happen by itself. Some people run the sheets and and use it later on for their own strategy. This is for you to decide. Okay, can I change the leverage on my account? Well, the answer is, guys, that it's possible to change the leverage, but it's dependable. That means you can request to change your leverage through your account manager, okay? depending on the accounts, depending on the account, and depending on the request, it might be possible or not possible, or not possible to change the leverage. I'm going to tell you upfront, guys, we're not going to change the leverage. We can only change the leverage to what the regulation allows us. Okay, we're a regulated company. We have a certain license. We're not going to exceed what the license is allowing us. But if the request is reasonable, it might be possible. But again, same as I said up here about what I said about AvaSocial, that there is no guarantees. I don't want to say anything that will make anybody upset. Okay, so this is something you must consult also with your account manager and see what is the request and what is the where your account is, and so on and so on. Okay, how to apply. Oh, and there is one more solution. There is also an amazing solution which can also help. Is we do have different types of accounts, such as professional account, and that might have different leverage than the regular account. So it might also be a good solution. Okay, the following question is how to apply fundamental analysis to trade. How to apply to trading? Could be, well, to apply. All right. So we're gonna take the question and we will see how to apply fundamental analysis to trading. All right. So first of all, what is I'd rather put both of them down. Okay, so we have technical analysis and fundamental analysis. Technical analysis based on averages, statistics. What else? Averages, statistics, different levels. Even though fundamental analysis is also based on different levels, but support and resistance. Okay, what else? All kind of nice things. Okay, technical analysis. Fundamental analysis based on events, news. Okay, all kind of things. And the way that we can apply it on our strategy on trading is simply going and finding out what's the reason for an asset to move. Now, if I'm trading Forex, is an example, Forex, and let's say that on my Forex, I mainly focus on the dollar. Okay, let's suppose that I'm focused on the dollar, even though we're not seeing it here. We're going to go with majors. Okay, and then we have all the pair against metals, pound against metal, euro, pound against the dollar, euro against the dollar against the Japanese yen. Okay, we're gonna go with euro USD as an example. Actually, let's go with the pound versus the dollar. Okay, I'm gonna erase what else, what we have here. Right, so how exactly am I gonna find fundamentals related to pound versus the dollar and what this figure is standing for? So not many people know, but the primary currency always who's the one determine the impact on this pair. In other words, this is how many dollars I need to acquire 1 pound, right? Just want to show you something. I don't know if people remember that time or not. But there was a time, right, There was a time when to get a dollar, to get a pound, you could have done it almost with a single dollar. Now you need another 20 cents for that, right? 1.2, as you can see here. So presently, I need more dollars to buy 1 pound. Now, what does that mean exactly? That means that if I'm reading positive news about a pound, if the pound is strengthening, so the gap keep on widening. That means that I'll need more and more dollars to acquire 1 pound. If the pound is weakening, I need less dollars because the dollar is strengthened against the pound. It's not that the dollar has strengthened, it's if the pound is weakening, so in this particular pair, it would look like a bullish movement, right? Because it's based on the pound. I hope it makes sense. This is the primary currency. I'm going to take something else like, where is the euro? Right. That also works similarly. Okay, this works. You see, that's the opposite. So this is how many Japanese yen I need to acquire $1. So if the dollar is weakening, what will happen with the pair? Anybody knows, guys? If the dollar is weakening, that means that I need less Japanese yen to acquire $1. Okay, never mind. I don't want to delay about it too much. We're just going to carry on with ease with this pair. Okay, so what I can do if I'm trading this pair, this particular pair, is I can either read things that make sense about the pound or about the dollar. So the easiest way to go about it is one of the things, correct handing, very well. So I'm going to go to news and I'm going to go to Forex. And I'm just going to find myself a lovely, oh, there we go. You see, perfect. I didn't even need to go too far. We already have the pair here, the impact. I can go through that and understand. This is one of the things that I can do. The second thing that I can simply do is go to the economy calendar. So this can be found here underneath by discovery. So I'm going to go with economy calendar. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down a little bit. I'm going to click on, it should be here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to demark. And then I'm going to apply two things, US and UK. And now I'm going to follow only things that are related to the pairs that I'm analyzing. Now, if I'm going to go to the next event, which is, oh, it doesn't appear here. Oh, it does appear. It should be this one. Right. So if I'm going to go with the first Friday of the month, next month, which is in a week and a half, maybe less, then this is an example to a nice a high impact event on the economy, which is called a non-farming payroll. And I can understand according to that how good the dollar is, and according to that, if I'm trading pound versus the dollar, I cannot know, but I can anticipate what will happen with a pound dollar. Again, let me remind you, one of two things can have an impact on my pair. Let's go back, but it's a shame that I can't. Okay, I'll speak about it just on a nutshell, and then I'll go to the pair and show it to you. Right? So let's suppose we're focusing. First, I want to put down the question. Oh, we already done that. That's good. GBPUSD. Okay. So if GBP is going up, equals pair going up. If GBP is going down, equals pair going down. Okay, and if USD is going up, that's exactly the opposite. It's exactly the opposite. There is no, but again, I'm simplifying it for the people who don't know. Right, so if the dollar is strengthening, that means that the pair will go down. Sorry. Right. Keep in mind things that has equivalent decisions, such as the interest rate, can have similar impact for both currencies. So that means that if the Feds decided to increase the interest rate for the pound, could be for the pound, but let's suppose that the decision was made to increase the interest rate for the dollar, it could easily be followed by UK do the same, by England doing the same, right? So the reason that I'm showing you the NFP, the non-farming payroll, is this is for US decision. This shows us, this reflects how the economy is driven, right? If there are more jobs applied, it's showing us that the economy is I don't want to say doing well, but it's could be on the right path, right? The more people are hired, but this doesn't show agriculture jobs, okay? But the more people, but by the nature of this decision, the more people are hired, the more jobs applied, the better for the economy, right? The better for the dollar. More people are getting paid, more people are using the currency, and so on and so on. Okay, corporates and so on. Now, that means that the bigger the number, let me just show you how it's divided. So this is what happened last time. This is what we expect that will happen. So we actually expect a decrease, right? This is what happened last time, 216,000 new jobs applied. And this is what we expect to happen. And this is what will actually happen. This is only at the time of the occurrence itself, not before. This is why it's called actual. Now, how do I apply it on my trading, right? Because okay, I understand more jobs are applied, might be good for the economy. How exactly do I know how does that contribute anything to my strategy? Let's put it this way. How can I use it? Let's go back to the chart. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. It's very good to be aware of the economics, and it's very enjoyable to know those things. But eventually, we want to be able to use it, right? We want to use it for the trading. So how do we do that exactly? Okay, so let's suppose that the decision, it wasn't a decision, sorry, the NFP. Let's suppose that the numbers came higher. That means that if the previous was 216 and the forecast was 175, hope that I remember it. I think I do. Okay, let's say that the actual, let me just verify that. I'll verify that very quickly, guys. Okay, so we're gonna go with the economic calendar again, just to take a brief look. And we are right with what we wrote, right? 216. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. And we're going to open the pair. All right, so what exactly is happening here? Let's suppose that the pound versus the dollar, and the actual was actually higher, right? It wasn't only higher than the forecast, it was also higher than the previous, which is, it's showing us that the improvement is undeniable, right? Let's say that instead of 216, it was just 250. Okay, this way. Now, in this case, we understand this is very good for the dollar because more people are applied. That means that the economy is driven positively, and that also means that we can expect the dollar to respond how. What do you think that will happen to the dollar? Let me ask it to you otherwise. What will happen to the dollar if numbers came higher, right? Right. I don't want to give you just the answers this way. I want you to think a little bit. So we said last time we had 216,000 jobs. We're expecting 175. But like I said, hypothetically, let's say that the numbers came very high, even higher than before. So what do you think that will happen with the dollar if the numbers came higher? And again, this is there is no deny. This is good for the economy. What do you think that will happen with the dollar? Okay, going up. Okay, very good. It would be logic. Again, it could go down, but again, logic here is that it could go up, right? Now, what does that mean in terms of this pair? If the dollar is strengthening, what did we say? What is written here? If the dollar is strengthening, so okay, but what does that mean for this pair? If the dollar is going up, it's strengthening. What does that mean? Pair going bearish. Okay, all right. So we understand the logic, right? From the answers that I see from the audience, we understand the logic here. This is one against another, okay, pound versus dollar. Obviously, if there was a similar decision for the pound, something good for the economics, and we're looking at this pair, it could go up, okay, and in a vice versa scenario, it goes down, okay. I don't want to delay about it too much. Again, my point in my answers is just to fulfill the question in here, which was how to apply fundamental analysis to trading. Okay, obviously everybody can choose their own events and look at their own things. Okay, just gonna paste it. How do we paste it? Because I also want you guys to be able to make the connection, not just to read and consume the knowledge. I also want you guys, so it will be practical. Fundamental analysis. Okay, how to implement. How can I put it in a way that makes sense? Choose the events and use relevant for the asset that you're using, and prepare your analysis. You can, okay, and you can prepare your analysis based on the results of the right. So this might be enough. Just as I showed, it's nothing difficult. We also have the example here, but I think we quite covered that, so there's no need. One last question was the difference. Okay, we're gonna speak about it in a moment. Social. Okay, is there? Okay, that's completely something else on our options. Okay, so basically you can find let me see that I could show you that here. It should look very similarly. Let me show you. You see this? Who asked me this question about the Ava options? Oh, Philip. But I think he, okay. So you see there is a clock here that allows me to see when the market is open. You should have something similar on Ava options. And if you don't, you can click on sell or buy. Again, it should look very similar. And it should be in instrument details. And then you can see through those times when it's available or not. Okay. If there is is there a relation between the spread and not really, not really. The leverage is determined by the broker with the regulations settings. And it doesn't the spread is determined solely by the brokers as far as I'm concerned. The spread is determined by the broker, and in some scenarios can be changed. Again, I don't want to tell you guys any futile promises. This is why I'm saying that in some scenarios it can be changed, not in all scenarios and not with all accounts, but as far as I'm concerned, this is what the things are. Okay, and yeah, I think let's carry on. Okay, this last question is right. So the only thing that I want to mention here is determined by the broker. Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. How I choose these? I'm not sure, Henning. What do you mean by that? If you can. Oh, okay. Question for the next session. This looks like full-time job, doing analysis as a pensioner. Need to concentrate or just a few. Look, that depends on your strategy, Henning. You should contact your account manager, and he can design one of the things that doesn't allow people to succeed. One of the reasons that doesn't allow people to succeed with trading is lack of time. Now, it's not that we really don't have the time. It's we're just unable to utilize the time efficiently. So with an account manager and with the plan, you can just find the correct time for you to trade, and according to your availability, you know which trading style you want to use, right? So we have just a second, trading styles. So we have scalping, we have intraday, weekly, right? And we have swing. Okay, this may be the most time consuming. High time. Okay, so we're going to take high time consumption. Oh, sorry. Maybe medium. Could say medium. And least. Now again, some people might not agree and tell me, well, what do you mean by that, Danny? I'm scalping 1 hour a day, once every God knows. It doesn't consume any of my time. Okay, could be. But swing, if you're swinging and you're opening a position once every year or once every month, I wouldn't even call it that it's time consuming at all, right? So that depends how you are dividing it. But if you're dividing it correctly and you choose your trading style, and upon that you have a plan that you can work with the numbers with your account manager, could be very effective. Okay, if I don't work according to those boundaries, according to those guidelines, and I'm just dynamically thinking what to do or how to do, obviously I'm gonna waste a lot of time just about those decisions. So nevertheless, to make progress and actually have consistency, right? So this might be a huge time saver to find your own trading style. I can also diverse. Some people have an account that they're scalping with and another account parallel that just keep on with a position that keep on making money, right? So it's also fine. There is no obligation to use only one trading style, but it needs to be adjusted according to your lifestyle. So you can do both things. Okay. Now, there is a question here. Oh, I don't think we have time for that, but I'm happy that because I could answer your questions, which are more, well, I don't want to say more important than the. Maybe we'll save this one for next. I'm just going to put here save the question for next webinar because it seems like an important question, and I don't want to miss it. Yeah, I'm just gonna paste it for you guys on the chat for your convenience. You can enjoy the links if you want further education, even beyond the webinars. This is for the people who are still playing with the demo and want to carry on, make a deposit. And I gotta tell you guys, you can trade with the demo for months, okay? But unless you tasted really the charts and you saw how real trading are, it's completely different, okay? Right, so real account, just gonna put it here, real account. This is again versus the demo. Real account really shows you also the psychology part, which with the demo you can't find. The Academy, we're gonna add it here, but I have to be frank with you guys. To access it, you can do it from here. You can do it from here. See, there is education. I click on tutorials and I have it up here. You can just scroll down. You see this lovely toggle. Oh, if I don't point it, oh, it appears that it doesn't show. Doesn't show. Oh, if I move my mouse around it, it seems like it's appearing. Nice. Okay, you see, I scroll down, I can find whatever I want. Fundamental market fundamentals, stock market fundamentals. Okay, this is very useful, very useful. I don't have to click on the link, but if I want, I can click on the link. I send it to you anyway. Where do I find the links and the notes? I am. You guys can't see what I sent you on the chat. I think I've sent it to you on the chat for everyone. I hope. At least I hope. Can you guys see the links that I sent you? God forbid, if you can see the links, maybe I did something wrong. But for me, it shows that when I'm sending it, it shows that it was sent to the entire audience on the chat. I really hope that it works. But because I want to give you this as well, I want to give you the special promotion for the market review. Can you guys see the links that I'm sending on the chat? Send you several links. Oh, okay. No problem. I was to be honest, I was I had my doubts as well because I'm based on what's written here on the app. So I don't really know if you received it or not. But thank you, Sergio and John and Hanik. Very good. Sarah, okay, great. So I'm also going to paste you this, guys. This provides you with one-on-one premium market review with your senior account manager. To be honest, there is nothing better than that. You have one-on-one premium market review, sit with your account manager, ask him the questions, use the account manager to assist you with a plan and with a strategy. I think there is a minimum deposit for that, but in my personal opinion, it's worth every penny, okay, because the service itself is service that we're giving. It doesn't require you to put any extra charges or anything like that, and it can be extremely helpful. All right, guys, so I apologize in advance. I couldn't get to this tiny questions at the bottom. What is the difference between working with a smaller to a bigger account? But at least I could fulfill the questions that you guys has asked, which to me it's more important. Yeah, and unfortunately, in a minute we have to wrap it up. So I only want to thank the people who I want to thank everybody who joined us today and listened to my explanations. And also thank you guys for assisting me with your wonderful questions. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't speak about those things. So thank you. Thanks to you. I brought it up. And that's it. So you guys have a good week, fruitful week, hopefully with profits. And that's it. Have a good day and join us next.